Phoenix here, bringing you guys the preview and, of course, the spoilers, the much anticipated spoilers for this upcoming weekend of football. We're obviously on a tremendous roll at the moment. We want to continue this incredible momentum that we have built. The algorithm is cooking on high heat. So, without further ado, let's continue. 11 matches overall analyzed this weekend that have been put through the algorithm. And then, as always, of course, there'll be a few more that haven't been put, but we'll be going through them on the live streams. On average, 2 hours and 43 minutes spent per game. So we've increased a little bit more on average. A couple this weekend, required a little bit more thinking and analysis. So without further ado, we'll get straight into it. So we'll begin, of course, with the Brentford versus Manchester United game. Good news for you guys, Manchester United fans. You're winning this game. Yeah, 2 games in a row. When's the last time that's happened? 2 Premier League games in a row. Well, the algorithm has spat out a Manchester United win. In all likelihood, that will be the team. Cunha back into the starting 11. No Casemiro means Ugarte will start. My preference would have been Yoro, Maguire, De Ligt, but I think it's essential that Maguire and De Ligt start, especially against a team like Brentford. A key distinction between the two teams here will be, of course, the 2 wing-backs for United are a lot more defensive than the 2 ones from Brentford. So when I personally watch teams play 3 at the back, I prefer having more attacking ones. But Brentford have issues defensively, of that there is no doubt. I cannot see how Brentford will be able to deal with Manchester United's front 3 this week. And of course, Mbuemo's homecoming, so to speak. Equally at the other end, I think Kevin Shade can cause United some problems, especially getting in behind, as we've seen what he done last a couple of weeks ago, actually, against Chelsea. Damsgaard, of course, is the main danger man for Brentford, but Manchester United will win this game. It'll be Brentford 1, Manchester United 2. Congratulations, United. Up next, of course, is the Chelsea-Brighton game. Now, this one here is a tough one because I think Chelsea are in trouble at the moment as a team. There's no doubt about it. They are in a bit of a crisis because there's no striker, and that's what's baffling me. But equally, Brighton at the other end have more problems than Chelsea do. A lot more problems. It's a game between 2 teams with plenty of issues. The key in this game will be out wide. I believe Chelsea's fullbacks, I still think it'll be Reece there, but we'll see, obviously, because Palmer is not eligible to play. He is he's got a knock, so he won't play. So that's obviously a big loss for Chelsea. But I think in the wide areas, even though Brighton's wingers may be a little bit more dangerous than Chelsea's ones at the moment, I think Chelsea's wingers can cause more damage to Brighton's fullbacks than Brighton's wingers can cause to Chelsea's fullbacks. It'll be a narrow win for Chelsea, again by the same scoreline that Manchester United will win their game away Brentford. It'll be Chelsea 2, Brighton 1. Enzo Fernandez, you're coming under scrutiny. I expect a big game from you today. Let's shut all the haters up as we always do, Enzo. When they start talking, let's shut them out. 2-1 Chelsea, narrow win between 2 teams who have plenty of issues. Up next is, of course, the game at Selhurst Park between Palace and Liverpool. And we've seen this, right? We have seen this game in the Community Shield. I mean, I'm here to tell you, there's no way Liverpool win this game, right? Like, I mean, with the way they're playing, again, logic says at some point there is no way this can continue. It's just simply not sustainable. And I think Palace are a nightmare matchup for Liverpool. No Ekitike, he's suspended, of course. He's completely out of the team. Gakpo is expected to start again. He's not in good form at the moment. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. I think Palace will have no issues shutting Liverpool's wingers off. Much will depend on Isaac, and I don't think he's yet there at the physical condition required to cause Palace problems. At the other end, of course, defensively, Liverpool with Leone's injury have now basically been resorted to only really having two top center backs, and of course Joe Gomez there. So watch out for that situation, especially if one of Konate or Van Dijk has any kind of issues. Again, I think Palace will like this matchup here. I think they'll push Munoz to go at Kerkez. It'll be a dull game, very dull game. It'll be Crystal Palace 1, Liverpool 1. But I wouldn't be surprised if there are no goals in this one. Very confident in the under 2.5. But I'll go Palace double chance. I'm more confident in that one. Liverpool, for the first time this season, will drop points. And let's be honest, nobody should really be surprised when that happens. Up next is the game at the Etihad between Manchester City and Burnley. Haaland is fit to play. We're getting told he will be playing. And as a result, we expect a very attacking and strong Manchester City team. I'm going to keep it very short and sweet on this one. Burnley have no chance whatsoever. Kyle Walker back at the Etihad, bless him. And I don't think he'll fancy taking on Doku. I expect Manchester City to win this game by 4-0. A statement will be sent. I'm honestly thinking minus 2.5. It's worth lumping. If you want to play it a little bit safer, minus 1.5 City. But I think it'll be minus 2.5. And I'm very much considering triple captaining Erling Haaland. Yes, Burnley we've seen have a different side to them this year to compare to the last time they were in the Premier League. They can be more defensive. But I just simply think Manchester City, for me, are the best team in the league this season. And I think that they won't have any issues whatsoever. It'll be 4-0 City. Up next is, of course, the big one. The Madrid derby between Atletico and Real Madrid. Both of these teams, of course, were in action midweek. Atleti have started the season poorly. Real Madrid haven't won away Atleti at the Metropolitano since, I believe, 2022. On paper, I made a combined 11 here just to show you guys an idea. Real Madrid definitely have the advantage. I've gone with basically almost the entire Real Madrid backline with the addition of Llorente, who for me should be playing further forward, but I think he'll play right back. Again, Madrid have the advantage here. Only 3 Atletico players are in my combined 11. That's Julian, Barrios, and Llorente. But of course, matches are not won on who has the more combined players. That's only used as reference. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Real Madrid will be in big trouble on Saturday. Big trouble. The balance in the team isn't there yet. And they're going to be made to pay the price at the Metropolitano. Atleti against Rayo, they created a lot of chances. I think they'll do the same against Real. I think Atletico will win this game quite comfortably. Atletico 3, Real Madrid 1. Julian at the double, Nico Gonzalez with the other goal. I fear for Real. I really do. I think they're going to be exposed on Saturday. And it's not one that should be alarm bells ringing yet. It's just that, again, the balance of the team isn't there in these type of games with Vinny and Mbappe. It's a lot of the problems they faced last year. They will face them again. Bellingham, there's a question whether he'll start or not. Obviously, if he starts, it's definitely a bit different, but it's looking like he won't. But Atleti will emerge victorious in convincing fashion. And up next is the game in Italy between Juventus and Atalanta. Now, in this game here in particular, Atalanta have been, if you look at it, again, the recent form, aside from the PSG game, of course, that's been their only defeat, but they started poorly, but they're now banging goals in. Juventus, on the other hand, they are leaking. The first immediate thing I'll tell you is I think Juventus are playing the wrong formation. I think Juventus will be much better off in a back four. This Kalulu right wing back nonsense, for me, it doesn't work. Now, there's a massive difference in discrepancy between the benches. Atalanta have a lot of players missing. Scalvini out. Ederson out still. Scamacca out still. So, there are issues. But Kristovic is on fire. There's potential talks about Lookman starting. I don't think he will. We know what happened the last time these two teams played against each other. Juventus got better at 4-0. As a matter of fact, Juventus haven't beaten Atalanta at their own stadium since 2018, I believe, this one here. So make no mistake about it. You know my opinion on this. I don't think Juventus are that strong. I don't see a way they win, even with the discrepancies in the benches. Atalanta will score early. Juventus equalize second half. It'll be 1-1. It's not going to be obviously Atalanta under Gasperini, where they came here and humiliated Juventus in one of their most embarrassing defeats. This one here will be a victory. A draw. Juventus 1, Atalanta 1. Up next is another game in Italy. My team Internazionale against Cagliari. Cagliari in really good form. Inter, for me, there are still big problems in midfield, unfortunately. Lauti should be back in the starting lineup. He's always done extremely well against Cagliari. They're claiming it's Esposito. I think Lauti will start. But the issue with Inter is, like I said, there's issues here. If this gets bypassed, we have problems. Cagliari defensively are very strong. Even the game they lost against Napoli, they lost last kick of the game. Quite literally, last kick of the game. I don't think it's a good matchup for us stylistically, even though we've had success away from home. I think it'll be Cagliari 1, Inter 1. Inter to drop points in a game where I don't think we can afford to. But again, I think we're going to really, really struggle. So, yeah, that's, I guess, a big surprise for many people. If you want to play it safe, Cagliari plus 1.5 is guaranteed, but I think the double chance will come in, unfortunately. Up next will be the evening game between Spurs and Wolves that I analysed. Again, this is a team who traditionally has caused Spurs problems. Spurs haven't beaten Wolves since 2022. So, but this was, of course, under Range. This is a very different Spurs team under Thomas Frank. Wolves yet to win a game or yet to even get a point in the Premier League. I don't think it'll be easy. I don't think it'll be easy for Spurs because there's still questions. They don't have that striker yet. I think Colin One is still out. It'll be probably Odobert that starts on the left. But of course, that back line is very established now. It's there. I'll go Spurs to win this game by, again, a familiar score for the day. 2-1 Spurs. Plus 1.5 Wolves, there could be tremendous value. If not, you can keep it simple and say Spurs to bring the 3 points. Under Thomas Frank, this is a game under Range where I'd be petrified for Spurs. But they looked exceptional against Brighton. They should have got the 3 points. They're playing at home. Thomas Frank will get the job done. Then, of course, we move on to Super Sunday, where we begin with the game at St. James Park. And, of course, these games recently, we know how they have gone. Arsenal have struggled at a stadium in which, of course, they haven't even scored a goal in their last 3 visits. The last time they won was in that infamous Arsenal, famous rather, 22-23 season where it was clicking differently. And listen, this game will depend completely on what lineup Arsenal come up with. If it's this one, Arsenal will win the game. I fear for Newcastle. Listen, it's no secret. They've weakened. They know Isaac is a tremendous loss. And offensively, I'm not moved at all. Gordon coming back into the team is, of course, good news. But I've got Arsenal winning this game. I've got Arsenal winning this game by 1-0. Assuming Geze starts in midfield. We don't know if Odegaard is back. It could be Odegaard and he starts. But I'm assuming Arteta has learned his lesson. No Merino, no Declan Rice, both at the same time. I think Merino played midweek means to me Eze should start in midfield. But we'll see what happens. If that's the case, Arsenal will win. If they start again with Merino Rice in midfield, they're not winning the game. So maybe wait until the starting lineup on this one. Up next is the Barcelona Sociedad game. Now, traditionally speaking, Sociedad or Barcelona have struggled against teams that play with almost like a false nine. You think back to that Rayo game. That's where they suffered. And they weren't fantastic, Barcelona, against Oviedo. That's a given. Lamine Yamal, rumored to at least be back in the squad. Obviously, it'll be De Jong and Pedri in midfield. And with De Jong and Pedri, it'll be long for Sociedad. If it's Casado starting, you may have a chance. But with Pedri in, of course, I expect Araujo to start. I think this lineup is wrong. Lewandowski should start. I'm going Barcelona 2, Sociedad nil. I can't quite see an upset. Sociedad this year, they're just bad. You can push for the Barcelona minus 1.5. That's what I think I'll do again. But again, with Sociedad, there's a problems. Where do the goals come from? The last but not least game that we analyzed is the Milan versus Napoli game. Big game in Italy before the season began. I had Napoli finishing first, Milan finishing second. I do think they're the best two teams in Italy this year. And they go head to head. It's Allegri versus Conte. These are the projected starting lineups. Leao is training. He'll be on the bench. I don't expect him to start. For Napoli, Buongiorno, I think, will be fit. But we'll see. Obviously, this is a big debate. If he's fit, then it's a different Napoli backline. But even if he's fit, I've made a combined 11 here to give you an idea. It's very close between the two. It's very balanced. Napoli edge it 6-5. In midfield, they have a slight advantage. But I think Salemaker's here will be the key for Milan. In the form that he's in, I cannot see Spinazzola being able to deal with him. That's the key matchup. Spinazzola going forward, Salemaker's at the other end. I think Milan will emerge victorious here. Similar to the Arsenal-Newcastle game, by 1-0. Modric has definitely settled into life in Italy much better than De Bruyne has. And I think he'll have a bigger impact than De Bruyne will in this one. For Napoli, I struggle to see where the goals come from here. I really do. It's a different Napoli this year. They're going more high. They're going more man-to-man. But I think if anything, that plays into Milan's advantage. I've got Allegri beating Conte at the San Siro. 1-0. The goal coming from, of course, Christian Pulisic, who is on fire at the moment. So that's it from the Phoenix. A big weekend ahead. Some lovely chiching bibbling to be made. Don't overthink it. Just follow in the Phoenix footsteps. I'll catch you guys in the streams. We are back live on YouTube as well with the streams. So I'll catch you guys on Twitch and on YouTube. Have a good one. Phoenix out.